Welcome to The Guide at Fish North Georgia. Brought to you by these fine sponsors. SPRO, working with America's best anglers to design the world's finest fishing tackle. Nichols Lures, handcrafted to perfection. Georgia Blade, makers of premium fishing lures for over 3 decades and home to the Georgia Jig. Crypto Bass, tournament grade, Georgia made. And be sure to visit fishnorthgeorgia.com. Now here's Sammy Benitez.
Hey everyone, it's Sammy Benitez with Fish North Georgia, the guide. And so I just want to give you a little synopsis of my fishing trip at Hickory Log Creek Reservoir last weekend. So I went out later half of the day again. I only fished for about 3 hours. And the water temps were 77 degrees, which I believe that's going to be the warmest it'll be all this year. The remaining of this year anyway. And so I wasn't really sure what to expect. There had been a lot of weather changes in the 2 weeks that I hadn't fished there. So I went first back into the creek channel, and I had no luck. But I saw some fish on main lake points on my way there. So after throwing mid-diving crankbaits, deep-diving crankbaits, jerkbait, a topwater, a square bill, I decided to move back out to the main lake and start graphing. And I could see suspended over the creek channel, the thermocline is still there around 25 feet. And in these creek channels where it's 60 foot of water, you see these fish kind of hugging that 20-25 foot line, and bait fish also present. So I pulled out the magic lure, the lure that I saved for the fall, which is a tail spinner. I don't have it on deck with me, but there'll be another fall transition video coming out here on the guide for Hickory Log fall fishing. You can see that little lure in there, but basically it's a small profile, about 1.5 inches. It's a 3/4 ounce weighted lure, and it's got a willow leaf blade on the back. I think it's a number 2, maybe a number 3. So very small profile, and it mimics the bait fish in Hickory Log really well, which is what I found out last year. And so I pulled that lure out for the first time on this trip, and within an hour of fishing I hooked up with about 7 fish, most of them relatively deep. And as all I'm doing with that lure is I'm casting it where I see the fish. I'm dropping it down to approximately 20 feet, which is where they're currently holding. And I'm just kind of jigging it, reeling in the slack, and then letting it pendulum back down. And I'm trying to hug that line where the fish are at and the bait fish to try and get a bite. So this is over suspended water. They're not necessarily relating to anything in particular. They are definitely holding closer to main lake points, and a lot of times you can find them right around the thermocline on the main lake point, just sitting there. So if you've got something you want to jig right above that point, go for it. I mean, you'll most likely end up hooking up with something. But that was basically it. That, and I was throwing some topwater right at sunset, right before the sun finally went down and was totally dark, and hooked up with one more fish. I missed a couple bites. All in all, it's a good time to fish Hickory Log Creek Reservoir. The bite is only going to get better. So I hope this is helpful to you guys. Check out the rest of the guides here and their reports, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace, guys.
Thanks for watching The Guide here at Fish North Georgia. Our mission is to build a community of anglers to give you the best and latest information to make your day on the water more successful. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, click the bell so you'll be notified of any future content. Make sure you check us out at fishnorthgeorgia.com, where we carry a large variety of bait manufacturers from here in the North Georgia area. So we appreciate you being part of our community, and we'll see you soon.